The drought that's been affecting many of us is having a dramatic impact on the Big Island's coffee farms. KITV4 meteorologist Justin Fujioka explains how the dry conditions could impact the price we pay for Kona coffee.
Some coffee farmers in Kona believe there would have to be a price increase. Others think the drought won't affect cost at all. Whatever change in price, it won't happen for a while.
Those berries. Yeah, you see how these trees are missing their leaves? And that's all because of the drought. That's the first time I've ever seen it that way.
Tom Greenwell started noticing our drought's impact on his KEALAKEKUA coffee farm late last year.
October, November, December was the 3 driest consecutive months since 1931.
Like many other farms in the area, Greenwell Farms got just 1/3 of normal rainfall since last summer.
When these start to turn ripe, the plant needs a lot of moisture to suck the nutrients out of the ground to supply this cherry with enough nutrients to produce fruit, produce the bean, then produce fruit at that ripening stage.
Because of a lack of moisture in the ground, Greenwell's coffee plants are now stripping moisture and nutrients from their leaves. They'll eventually run out of moisture too, leaving them dead on the ground and many beans useless.
These berries that I'm picking off the tree are what we call dieback. And it's because the plant did not get enough nutrients through it to fully develop the bean.
A casualty of the drought that coffee farmers will be reminded of for months to come.
From the day that flower opens to the day we pick the cherry, so it's about 7.5 months. After we harvest it, we got to process it, dry it, then you got to store it for about a month and a half. So it takes about, on any average, 7, 8, 9 months until you get a cup of coffee.
Greenwell expects that to be around September or October. That's when he'll know the full extent from the extreme lack of rain.
My crop here on the farm is going to be at least 20% less. I think all for the average in Kona, we're probably looking more like 40 to 50. Our farm is going to fare in this, elevation a lot better than most of my neighbors because we have irrigation. Some, a little bit. I don't have enough.
Kona's higher elevation farms are handling this drought better. Colehour Bondera's KANALANI OHANA farm in Kona now has no irrigation, and he says they've only had a minimal loss so far.
Some coffee has been lost. People have lost coffee, but I just don't know if we might not have a slightly higher yield from the other coffees, and therefore it might balance out.
He does not expect the drought to have an impact on Kona coffee prices.
The reason why is because so much of Hawaii's food and coffee are imported. People can't raise their prices to be doing it because then people just won't buy it. They'll go to stores and buy the stuff that's imported.
Greenwell disagrees.
Normally what would happen is the price will go up for the raw product because it's a supply and demand situation. And how high will it go? Not until the crop's in will we know that.
Again, that should be about 5 or 6 months from now. And even if it rained continuously until then, the amount of this year's crop has already been determined. As far as the years to come,
they will come back. Absolutely. A coffee tree is one thing. It is a very, very survival type of tree.
If there is any price increase, it would be primarily for 100% Kona coffee. And that's because Kona coffee blends only need to consist of 10% Kona coffee. Justin Fujioka, KITV4 News.